2-2. Sound check. 1-2.
I am checking the sound. It sounds okay.
Oh, number. All right. Yeah. Woo. Are we live? Are we live? We're live. Live sound check. To the groove, help and pretending my level, notoriety and wealth. After the show, I think we both know this fist ain't gonna bump itself. We are legends with the power that you can't deny. We're immortal 'cause the souls will stupid ears. I'll buy myself a faster car, blowing smoke up our arses. Everything we do is safe. He loves to wine and dine us, desperate to sign us 'cause we melted his fucking face. We are legends with a power that you can't deny. Cause the songs will never Acoustic songs time, as promised. Words of kindness long reduced to ashes in your throat. If I'm not welcome anymore, I think I'll get my coat. I only came for love, but I think I missed the boat. Screaming till you're blue in the face, I wish the course of love ran smoother. You've bitten off more than you can chew. I hope my heart was a taste of your Douvre. You don't want a hug, you need the Heimlich maneuver. Scratch your back, but your lip might itch. The thought of you makes my eye twitch. You can take my money, I'll make you rich. I hope you fucking choke on it. Choke on it, baby. Choke on it. Choke on it, baby. Choke on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How can you blame a red-blooded male for lining up the foxes? If you don't want me, I can look elsewhere. That's what the golden rule of rock says. No, I don't need help. Scratch your back, but your lip might itch. The thought of you makes my eye twitch. You can take my money, I'll make you rich. I hope you fucking choke on it. Choke on it, baby, choke on it. Can it, baby, choke on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When all you do is fucking whine. What's mine is yours, what's yours is yours. I hope you fucking choke on it. Choke on it, baby. Choke on it. Choke on it, baby. Choke on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, choke on it. Choke on it, baby. Choke on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beautiful. Wow. Great solo. I love your eyes when they gaze upon me. I love your hands when they are applauding my achievements. Mine alone, I love your recognize my genius, but I hate it when they say it's confirmation bias. I hate it when they say it's confirmation bias. We're the same. We are great. Frankie Poulan on nylon string guitar. I love your smile, because I made you do it. I love your, it's set upon becoming my belonging. Mine alone. I love your voice. You tell me that you need me, but I hate it when they say it's confirmation bias. I hate it when they say it's confirmation bias. We're the same. We are great. We're the same. Two peas in a pod. Oh God, how I love you. Okay, last of the electric renditions, and then it's time for Q and A.
Q with A.
Check, hey! Well, what speed is this again?
To admit it, that's all unlimited. Telling us, telling me what really so good is. Tearing my face off, talking absolute rubbish. First night hit me like a kick in the face. I thought I better have another one. Next thing I knew, my heart was under attack. Got a one-way ticket to hell. One-way ticket to hell and back. One-way ticket to hell and back. One-way ticket to hell and back. One-way I'm always trying to keep my faces under wraps. But a coach load of mutes would have been talkative chatter. Frankie, pull out on bass. But they seemed to join me for a couple of years. Now the septum is in tatters, and I still got the rose. But I thought I would be a kid like a mule. Strangers are recruited, but it was rock and roll. Several nights of talking like a glorious death. You sing it, guys. One-way ticket to hell and back. One-way ticket to hell and back. One-way ticket to hell and back.
Sounds fucking great! Soundcheck okay, guys? No, it wasn't me though. Oh, okay.
Still sounding good up here, Schultz?
Great. Sorry, I'll look into it.
All right. What's that?
Someone's on with the bass.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what sound checks are for.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah. All right. Cool. It's time for the questions and answers segment of today's virtual VIP experience. It's a shame that we couldn't have you guys with us here, but nonetheless,
I hope it's an enjoyable experience. The good thing is you can actually just wear your slippers and just hang out and do things on your own terms, you know, live your own life, instead of the other option, which is live the life that we force you to live while you're here in our presence, you know. So just put your feet up and we'll do our best to answer the questions that you've sent previously. Where are the questions, by the way? Schultz? Isn't there an elf that's supposed to bring us... Oh, if you shout for the elf very loudly at home, then the questions will appear. Oh, materialise. Thank you. Okay, so we've got a few band questions, and then there are some individual questions for each of us. Ooh. The first band question comes from Jose and Juan in Spain. Mireille, Kaz, Claire, Mike. So a lot of people have asked the same question, I think that means. Are you making a new studio album? How is it coming along, and when will it be out?
We have.
Yes, we are, I guess, maybe about, third, maybe halfway through a new studio album. But which is, lockdown has meant that it's been a bit difficult for us to be in the same place at certain times. But it's coming along nicely. It has its challenges, but it's getting there, isn't it?
It's cooking.
I mean, I don't know when it's going to come out. It'll be next year, at some point, and hopefully, get rid of this thing that's going on. And
I think originally we were talking about releasing it in springtime, but it doesn't seem worthwhile to do that. So we'll wait till later on in the year when we can back up the release with the announcement of some touring plans. So next year will be exciting for Darkness enthusiasts, I think.
Justin's right. They have to come. It has to come hand in hand. We have to tour the album. If we can't, then we won't release it.
We've already got one album that we've only just sort of got halfway through being able to tour, so we want to make sure the world's all better before we re-enter. Sorry, if you'll pardon the expression, re-enter it. From Mal, Christina, and Claire, how have you dealt with lockdown, and has it been a creative time?
Yes.
Everyone has their own individual battles with it, and I don't want to speak for anyone else, but it's actually been quite a creative time for me in the garden. But it's been okay. I mean, luckily we've been able to, as I say, carry on writing, albeit from afar. That hasn't stopped us, and the technology is there to actually write and record without being in the same country in some instances. So.
Well, the creative juices never stop flowing, do they?
The juices never stop.
It's a river it's a flood.
It's a deluge of creativity, and half the challenge is being there with enough sort of capturing vessels like bucket, or I suppose you'd call the studio a bucket, wouldn't you? Because then you kind of trying to sort of the banks are always on the fit to burst, and you're always trying to sort of relieve the deluge.
Yeah. Here's another analogy. So Frankie, Rufus, and I in one country, we're like the oranges upon the trees, and this is the man from Del Monte walks through the orchard.
And I say yes.
This guy.
But the oranges are still growing.
At the moment, they look more like clementines.
But they bear fruit all the same.
Yeah, nonetheless. I'm waiting for the real juicy blood oranges that I can, squeeze into my granola of creativity.
Yeah.
This one's from Stuart. He says, I saw you play with G&R and Hollywood Vampires. What is the best band you have ever toured or played with? Queen. It would be Queen, of course.
Obviously, it would be Queen.
We played with Queen, didn't we?
We did.
And they were the very best of the best. Yep. Do you reckon your dad could lend me like a 50 or 60 grand?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Cool.
Thanks, Stuart.
Right, this question comes from Sarah, Paul, and Vicky. Sorry, Sarah, Paul, and Vicky, and Alan.
Alan!
What is the best Christmas present you have ever received, and what would you really love to receive this year?
I'm going to have to go with world peace.
Is that one you've received or one that you want to receive?
I'd like to receive
You've
it.
never received world peace before.
No,
so-
you can't really wrap it either, but
No. You ask for it every year.
Every
They
year.
never get it for you, do they?
no.
The worst present I ever got was some custard flavoured shower gel.
No, the worst present you ever got was the jumper which turned up in a Selfridges box, but was actually a jumper from TK Maxx that I'd put in a Selfridges box so that you'd think it was. And then when you put it on, it's like the cut's a bit weird. Is that like is that how it's supposed to be? Is that like a new kind of fashion for it to look really shit?
That's the design, yeah.
Yeah, that's ugly jumpers are the way forwards. Designers have realised that finally.
Mine would probably be a packet of oatcakes. Back in the 1970s in Scotland, that was a real treat, especially to discover it wasn't past the sell-by date.
Wait a second. The question is, what is the best present? We're answering
that
what's
was
the
the best
worst.
present.
That was Frankie's best present.
The oatcakes was the best
The
present.
best present. Okay,
when
sorry.
I was a
sorry.
child. Yeah.
No, I misunderstood. I thought you were saying. Yeah. Okay, I forgot you're from up there. Okay. This one's from Rich. He says, if you could invent your own sausage, what would you put in it and why?
Whoa. What? Oh. I mean, I'm a big sausage guy, but it's already been done. It's not broken. You've got to stick with the Cumberlands.
I reckon you'd go with like pork, maybe with some sage. If I know you.
If I'm feeling daring, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's like
Maybe some red onion. Never apple. Never apple.
Hang on, whoa. Red onion
Yeah, oh,
in
yeah.
sausage?
Yes, it has been done.
No.
Yeah, they do it. It's rather good.
Okay.
I quite like a Linda McCartney sausage, actually. You know, the trick with those is not to overcook the Linda McCartney sausage.
I think
If you go
that's
too
a
far-
good words to live by for all sausages, really, isn't it? I mean, don't overcook them.
Don't overcook food.
No one
generally.
wants an overcooked sausage.
Or undercooked. It's just got to be just right.
Yeah. You're right, yeah.
I think it'd probably be more flavoursome if it was undercooked, but if you've got things like pork in there, you're running the risk of all kinds of parasites in your intestinal system, aren't you?
But,
And a lot more chewy that way.
Are they?
But
Yeah, I think.
yellow and red peppers, it brings out the flavours when you burn them. Have you ever grilled a yellow or red pepper and then peeled the skin off? Did you do a taste test before and after?
Never grilled anything.
Anyway, should we get on with this grilling?
Okay. This is from Mikiko and from Claire. How do you think it will be performing a gig with no audience in the room? Will you miss us?
Well,
I'd like to take this
yeah,
one, if
please.
I may. It's not going to be the same, but just knowing that you're there at the other end of a computer Ethernet cable means the world to us, and I think we're all aware that your eyes are upon us and your hearts are with us, and you're in our corner being darkness enthusiasts, just like always. I mean, maybe not in the flesh, but I think spiritually, I think I can say that now. I think my spiritual journey has led me to this. We feel you. So thank you.
We have such an amazing fan base, come to so many shows so regularly. We can kind of imagine the front row. We even know where people would be. So,
all right, Ray.
so you're here in spirit.
Yeah, Ray's down there.
Ray's down there.
Oh, yeah. All right, Ray. He moves around a lot.
Yeah, Mikiko's there. Yeah. But we will miss you. It's not. I mean, it'd be lovely to be able to do this again properly. But thanks a lot for tuning in and making this acceptable. Thank you. This one's from Imogen. What, if anything, made you laugh most in 2020?
Good question.
I was at Dan's recently, and I started calling out to the chickens as one of the chickens would, and they came sprinting about 200 meters right to my feet. Yeah, it didn't really make me laugh, but I was amazed all the same.
This one's from James. Hilarious stuff. This one is from James and Juliet. Apart from Die Hard, what do you think is the greatest Christmas movie?
Why has that been accepted because they think it's
Well, that's
great.
it. That's just a given, isn't it? That's the best. That's the best Christmas movie. Muppets Christmas Carol.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat.
Good
isn't it?
one.
That's the one I watch every year.
Yeah.
I was trying to be edgy by saying the Muppets.
Yeah, it's National Lampoons. It's got to be. Or Ghostbusters.
Which one?
Which one is the best?
Summer Vacation.
No, the Christmas Vacation.
No, I laid off Elf for a few years because I just felt like it was getting too much. So I actually had 5 years off of watching Elf.
I think Elf is overrated.
Well, I'll give it 5 years, give it half a decade and come back to it. It's actually pretty good.
The Grinch.
Oh, classic.
Great. Jim Carrey.
Okay, this one is from Ian. He says, I am a traditionalist and love a stuffed bird at Christmas. What will you be stuffing this festive season?
My face. With food.
This is from Connor and Nikki. We love both of your Christmas songs. What are your favourite Christmas songs by other artists?
I like that Elton John one, Cold as Christmas. I heard that the other day. Not a lot of people have heard that. Guys?
I've never heard it.
It's a real secret treasure. Recommended.
I like A Winter's Tale. David Essex. I love that.
Walking in the Air? What's your favourite Christmas song?
Yeah, it's either the...
Thank God it's Christmas.
I do love that one. It's either the Pogues or Nat King Cole's Christmas song.
Who does that one?
Okay, this one's from Scott. What is each member's favourite ever stage costume? Do you still have it, and do you still wear it around the house?
So I didn't actually hear that one. Sorry.
Scott, he said, what is each member's favourite ever stage costume? Do you still have it, and do you still wear it around the house?
My favourite was one made by Owen Gaster, who first started making stuff for Just back in 2004. And he made me this thing. It was a mixture of lace and silk, and it was purpley. And I found a really nice purple crepe headband. So I enjoyed that very much. Don't know if anyone can remember. Somebody's probably got it now because I haven't got it anymore. Might have been sold in my behalf.
Coming soon to a raffle near you, Frankie's crepe headband. Have a look at raffle.com/Justin Hawkins.
If you've got it, I hope you're enjoying it. That's all I can say.
I love anything by Angela Bright. And I do actually wear her clothes around the house. She's created some slightly more street presentable
Pieces.
Dan, what's your favourite of all the Thin Lizzy t-shirts?
All of my Thin Lizzy t-shirts sort of merge into one.
So one great big super t-shirt.
A
You
lot
could
of-
make your own Millennium Dome out of all the Thin Lizzy t-shirts that you've...
It's true, yeah. They've actually filtered quite heavily into home circulation. So, although I thought I'd never wear one around the house, I actually do quite often sleep in a Thin Lizzy t-shirt.
And what's your favourite one, Rick?
Probably the big penis outfit. I do wear it around the house. Difficult to play in, although difficult to play in, it's surprisingly breezy. Next question.
Well, actually, that's all of the band questions, so thanks for that, you guys. Now it's time for some individual teasers. This one is to me from Alexis. He says, or she says, I met you years ago in Crawley Tesco by the yogurts. I was so excited. What's your favourite yogurt?
Loves the yogurt section.
Well, I used to
Crawley
really
Tesco.
like a black cherry ski, you know, and do you ever do that thing when you lift the...
Yes.
Do you know what that's called? When you lift the lid off and it sprays you a little bit?
Yes.
Ski ejaculation.
Very good.
But anything like I like hazelnut, which is the one that you had the big cancer scare. Remember that one? You're too young for that. Late 80s, early 90s.
We used to have loads of that stuff.
Yeah, we used to eat it all the time. Then suddenly it was on the news.
Hazelnut
Hazelnut
light
yogurt
bulb.
gives you the cancers.
Light bulb.
What's the
Hazelnut
hazelnut
is the
or the
master
yogurt?
of all the nuts, I find.
Ed used to say that
regal.
the macadamia was the king of the nuts. So you're saying the emperor of the nuts is the hazel?
The grand emperor of all nuts is hazelnut.
To,
You can slice them into thin little bits and put them in a salad. Thrilling, eh?
scientifically, the happiest nut is the Brazil nut. Did you know that?
It's true. It
I
gives
was
you
even mentioned walnuts.
In Brazil, they just call them.
gives you those
nuts.
dolphins, innit? Those things, dolphins.
Yeah, it's a bit cruel, all the
What are they
dolphins
called
in there,
again?
isn't it?
This one's for Dan from Ray and Yvette. We have named our pet peacock after you, so that we can replicate the famous Alan Partridge scene where he shouts, "Dan, Dan, Dan." Have you ever met Alan Partridge? If not, would you like to?
We have not met Alan Partridge, but we've met Steve Coogan, who is quite the Darkness fan, or was. Yeah, came to a few shows, didn't he? Lovely guy. And what was the other question? About naming him?
That is the question.
Oh.
You've answered it.
Thanks for naming me after your cock.
This
Name
is
your
to
cock
Rufus.
after me.
Naming me after your cock. Your name from now on is Ray's cock. He's named you.
I'm happy with that.
Right, this one's for Rufus from Imi. Rufus, please can you pose as if I am standing next to you so I can Photoshop you in for my 100 Days of Rufus Taylor calendar?
So glad you asked.
Cool.
Thanks, Imi.
And this one is for Frankie from Kevin. Frankie, did you have lessons on cowbell or are you self-taught?
I learned from the master in the Himalayan mountains, a man you may have heard of, Sir Alexander Graham Bell. I've always thought that the cowbell was his greatest invention.
And it brings people together much in the same way as some of his lesser-known contributions to science and communication.
Precisely.
To that end, it is the end, and thanks so much for all of your questions and for watching this broadcast. We'll see you tonight for the main show with the Darkness. Love you guys. Cheers. Woo!